Thank you for joining me here this morning. The time is currently 11:38 a.m. Central, and you have a live look at a severe thunderstorm currently impacting portions of far northwestern Pennsylvania and far southwestern New York. This severe thunderstorm is capable of producing damaging wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour, hail up to quarter size, and it even has the tornado possible tag on it on the Pennsylvania side of the border. So if you are included in either of these severe thunderstorm warnings, make sure that you are moving indoors immediately. This includes the cities of Jamestown and Dunkirk in New York, and in Pennsylvania includes areas like Erie, Fairview, Titusville. So if you're in any of these areas, make sure that you are moving indoors. We also have another severe thunderstorm warning currently for portions of far southeastern Oklahoma here. This is a severe thunderstorm that just currently rolled through Clayton. Okay, this is also capable of producing 60 mile per hour damaging wind gusts and nickel-sized hail. So again, if you're on this warning as well, make sure that you are moving indoors immediately. This is rolling through Albion right now. So again, continue to head off to the south and the east. Now, we do currently have a severe thunderstorm watch in effect for parts of Arkansas, Oklahoma, and Texas here, as these storms are expected to be pretty intense here over the next few hours for several areas. Alright, we have had some 70 mile per hour damaging wind gusts and hail up to golf ball size impact this area this morning, and we even had a tornado warning for a little bit, and a couple of them actually. So things are definitely pretty intense out there right now. In the bottom left-hand corner of your screen, you've got a live look at Perry County, Arkansas. That's looking off to a storm out here in Arkansas that is currently producing some torrential rainfall and maybe even some gusty winds and small hail. And then you also have a live look at Union City, Tennessee, which is also getting slammed by a decent-sized storm here right now. Okay, so again, those are our live cams that we're going to have up for this stream. This is going to be a pretty big severe weather event today, mainly in the evening time hours, actually, across parts of Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, and Louisiana, but I think especially areas across central Texas are going to have a pretty rough time, okay, whenever it comes to severe thunderstorms, and again, potentially even a couple of tornadoes. I do think the tornado threat this morning is very low. I'd be surprised if we get one. But going later into this afternoon and even into the evening time hours, I would not be shocked if we were to get a brief spin-up tornado or two. We've already got storms firing off here in the DFW area. We got this particularly strong one here near Denton. This is probably close to getting a special weather statement. This is definitely capable of producing some gusty winds and even some small hail there. We've got a pretty good vertically integrated liquid signature with that storm. So again, hail up to potentially nickel-sized and wind gusts that are, probably gusty out there right now. Let's kind of check out here. Seems like we're currently getting gusts around 30 miles per hour with this storm here. So again, it's a decent-sized storm. They're moving towards Denton pretty quickly. But again, that's not our main focus right now. Our main focus is actually going to be our storm up here on the Pennsylvania-New York border. And in fact, if we bring up this live cam here, this is the one that's just outside of Toronto. We actually do get a look at this storm here. You can see it's very windy out there right now, incredibly windy even. So windy, in fact, that the camera is literally shaking, okay? So very windy out there today. We got 20 mile per hour gusts currently out there, it looks like, in the Boltec HQ area. So we'll continue to watch these storms here. Once again, we got two modes of storms that we're watching right now. One of them up here in the northeast, and the other being down here in the southern plains today. Again, I think the main risk is going to be later this afternoon into this evening, mainly across parts of central Texas, but again, I wouldn't be surprised if we were to get some isolated tornadoes kind of in parts of Oklahoma, Arkansas, and maybe even northeast Texas. So again, that's kind of what we're dealing with right now. All right, we're dealing with some, isolated severe thunderstorms across the deep south, and then also some isolated severe thunderstorms in the northeast. About 10 minutes before we did start the stream up, we did actually receive a new mesoscale discussion here talking about a potential for a severe thunderstorm or tornado watch getting issued for portions of Tennessee, Arkansas, Mississippi, Missouri, Kentucky. Okay, so we're bringing that up on your screen right now. Increasing thunderstorm coverage is anticipated. Large hail and damaging gusts are the primary severe risks. A watch will likely be needed soon. There's an 80% chance of either a severe thunderstorm or less likely a tornado watch being issued. I do think it'll just be a severe thunderstorm watch, as the Storm Prediction Center has noted here that large hail and damaging gusts are the primary severe risks for this region. So again, this is across parts of the mid and lower Mississippi Valley here. So again, we are expecting a watch soon as this cluster of storms that's currently impacting areas just the southwest of that moves off to the northeast. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and bring up stream chat, so if anybody has any questions about the location, feel free to leave them down below, because we have a very large severe threat today, alright? We're talking about severe weather having a pretty good chance all the way from areas like Vermont back down into Texas. Okay, we're literally talking from Mexico back up into Canada today. It's a very widespread severe weather threat. All right, we're going to be talking about Texas, Oklahoma, Louisiana, Arkansas, Mississippi, Tennessee, Missouri, Kentucky, Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, West Virginia, Pennsylvania, New York. We are talking about quite literally everywhere today across the Ohio, Tennessee, and even the Mississippi valleys once again. So it's going to be a very active day here. So once again, I'm currently pulling up stream chat here. By the way, we do have some updates on yesterday's infamous Greenfield, Iowa tornado. Hello, Tornado Edit Gaming. We did end up getting a few confirmed fatalities, injuries. Pretty much the entire town of Greenfield is gone. I posted a video of it on my community tab of the damage. It is just absolutely awful what's happening out there in southwestern Iowa right now. They need help pretty badly, so hopefully we've got a lot of people, praying for those people out there and even making some donations if possible to help support their tornado relief efforts. We do have actually a little bit of rotation here on this storm north of Rattan. This is the one in Oklahoma that's severe thunderstorm warning. We've got a pretty defined area of inflow now, and then again, it is continuing to rotate, so I would not be surprised if they were to put the tornado possible tag on this severe thunderstorm warning, because I could definitely see something happening here with this if it does continue to intensify. Again, it's weak rotation at the minute, but it's trying to grow pretty quickly here. If we take it just a few scans back, I mean, we can pretty much see it was basically non-existent. Actually, I guess it's been strong for longer than I thought. But I think it's definitely got a pretty good chance to try and do something there. Again, we got a pretty good hook echo on reflectivity now. We are decently far away from the radar site. We're all the way in southeastern Oklahoma, and we have to look at the northwestern Arkansas radar, which is pretty unfortunate. But eventually, as this heads off to the southeast, it's probably actually going to get even worse here. We'll probably have to switch over to the Little Rock radar and then eventually the Shreveport radar if this travels far enough. But again, right now, this is right over Highway 271. To the south of Clayton, Oklahoma. Again, this is a rotating supercell here. At the very least, that's some broad rotation. We are looking pretty high up into the atmosphere here because of our distance from the radar site. Look at from the tilt 2. You can definitely still see some rotation there, though. So, very interesting stuff out there right now. So again, if you're just now tuning in, we are looking at a storm that does have some broad rotation with it here in Oklahoma. Hello from Sweden. You think what I'm doing is good? Thank you. I don't know if we've ever had a Sweden viewer while live. You might be the first. So again, there's your area rotation right there off to the northeast of Antlers in southeastern Oklahoma. For some reason, my chair is very squeaky. And they did now issue that new severe thunderstorm watch, it looks like. So we kind of talked about at the beginning of the stream how there was likely going to be a severe thunderstorm watch getting issued. As of 2 minutes ago, the National Weather Service, the Storm Prediction Center, rather, has officially issued a severe thunderstorm watch. By the way, we have a new severe thunderstorm warning. That is for our storm here, that the warning was going to expire, so they went ahead and reissued it here. And they did actually throw the tornado possible tag on it there. So again, if you are out there in Cloudy or Pine Knot Crossing, Oklahoma, make sure that you are getting indoors immediately. The main threats with this storm here are going to be damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour, nickel-sized hail, and then maybe an isolated tornado threat if it continues to develop. So, again, here's your new severe thunderstorm watch. This was as of 1 minute ago. This is for parts of Missouri, Kentucky, Tennessee, Arkansas, and Mississippi here. Scattered hail up to 2-inch size possible, scattered gusts up to 70 miles per hour likely, and frequent lightning possible. Some of the bigger cities we have in this include Memphis, Tennessee, Jackson, Tennessee, all the way back up towards Clarksville, Tennessee, Jonesboro, Arkansas, right? We've got almost 3 million people included in this brand spanking new severe thunderstorm watch here. And it looks like the first storm in this area, in our new severe thunderstorm watch area that gets severe warning could be this one. It's not quite over there yet. It's technically still in our old severe thunderstorm watch, but it'll travel. So again, that is a new severe thunderstorm watch here for parts of the mid-Mississippi Valley and the lower Mississippi Valley. So let's go back over here to our storm in southeastern Oklahoma, off to the north of Rattan. Again, this is continuing to rotate, has a pretty defined hook echo there on the reflectivity. Definitely got a decent amount of inflow there. Again, we'll have to watch this one. This severe thunderstorm warning does have the tornado possible tag associated with it. Again, your rotation will be located most likely somewhere in here on the newest velocity scan now. This storm is moving relatively fast, actually. This storm is moving off to the east at 30 miles per hour here. So, it's nothing like the storms we had yesterday, though, where we had PDS tornadoes moving at 70 miles per hour. I mean, it was just ridiculous what we saw yesterday. Okay, so, again, we've got some very strong rotation now, actually, near Cloudy, Oklahoma. I think this will probably receive a tornado warning within the next few minutes. So, again, if you are in this area, you need to make sure that you are immediately getting indoors. And, again, prepare to take shelter, because this is actually a pretty concerning storm here that definitely has the potential to produce a tornado at any minute. So, again, if you're in this area, make sure you're getting indoors, and be aware if a new watch gets issued, if a tornado warning gets issued, that you're going to need to take cover here. And I definitely think that is a pretty good possibility. So, again, this is heading towards Cloudy and Pine Knot Crossing. Again, this is in southeastern Oklahoma. This is a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado at any minute. So again, we're going to continue to watch this here. I'm just going to get ready to update the stream title now whenever the tornado warning gets issued. I'm going to get the alert sound ready. So, we do have a new severe thunderstorm warning now that's going to be for parts of Tennessee. That's for Shelby, Tipton, and Fayette counties. That is off to the northeast of Memphis here. This is a severe thunderstorm capable of producing quarter-sized hail and 60-mile-per-hour damaging wind gusts. So if you're in this area, make sure that you're moving indoors immediately. We actually have a pretty good look at that there from Memphis. So we'll bring that up. I know we got a lot of cams there. It's kind of confusing, but I mean, this cam is looking right at our storm here, so we got to bring that one up. So back over here to our storm in Oklahoma, capable of producing a tornado. Again, this is a pretty scary storm here. So again, prepare to take shelter if necessary. And I'm also, like I said, I'm going to go ahead and prepare to update the stream title, because I have a feeling a tornado warning is going to get issued with this. And there we go. Literally as soon as I say it.
A new tornado warning has been issued. Take cover now.
We now have a tornado warning. This is for Cloudy and Pine Knot Crossing, Oklahoma. This is for southeastern portions of Push-Mataha County in southeastern Oklahoma. Again, if you're in this area, you need to seek shelter immediately on the lowest floor of a building, away from windows, in an interior room, because this is actually a pretty concerning storm. Again, this has the potential to produce a tornado at any minute, so if you're in this area, you need to take cover now. I did call it, though. I called it. So again, we now have a tornado warning. First one of the stream. It's probably one of the better rotators that we've seen so far today, I'm going to be honest. I just realized the thumbnail for this stream sucks. For some reason it went with a weird aspect ratio. Do I want to be super admin or admin in your game? Sure. So again, there's your area of rotation right there. There's your possible tornado northwest of Cloudy, Oklahoma. I keep wanting to say Arkansas for some reason. So again, if you're in this area, you need to be taking shelter immediately. This is for Cloudy and Pine Knot Crossing in southeastern Oklahoma. This is a dangerous storm here. Luckily, this is a very rural area. Cloudy is just a road, and Pine Knot Crossing just looks like a little mountain top or something. We are in a very mountainous region out here in southeastern Oklahoma, I'll say that much. So, let me make sure that's... Hold on. Yeah, so there are actually only 248 people included in this tornado warning. And we do have a new severe thunderstorm warning. That's for LaFleur County, Oklahoma. That's mainly for the threats of 1 inch in diameter hail and 60-mile-per-hour damaging wind gusts. So if you're in this area, make sure that you are moving indoors immediately. This is off to the west of Talihina. This includes Whitesboro, Lenox, Muse, Big Cedar, Stapp, Zoe, Haw Creek, Page, and Foggle in southeastern Oklahoma. So, okay, let's go back to our tornado warning storm here, our main focus for right now. Give me just a second here. So again, the National Weather Service in Tulsa has issued a tornado warning for southeastern Push-Mataha County in Oklahoma. At 11:51 a.m. Central Daylight Time, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado is located near Cloudy, moving east at 30 miles per hour. Take cover now. Move to a basement or an interior room on the lowest floor of a sturdy building. Avoid windows. If you're outdoors in a mobile home or in a vehicle, move to the closest substantial shelter and protect yourself from flying debris. We do have a new severe thunderstorm warning now. That is for, I think it disappeared. I'm not sure. I'm not seeing it anywhere. Where the heck is it? I'm not crazy, right? I heard the alert sound. Yeah, I'm really not seeing where that's at. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Sometimes it does a thing where it disappears for a second, but it never disappears for this long. Oh, it's this. Okay. So it did just disappear. This is for portions of Push-Mataha County and McCurtain counties, Oklahoma. This is for the threats of 1 inch in diameter hail, 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts, and then again a possible tornado. So it actually looks like what they're going to do is let this tornado warning expire and keep it at a severe thunderstorm warning with the tornado possible tag. So again, continue to stay in your tornado shelter here if you're in Pine Knot Crossing or Cloudy. But Pickens, Badius, Bethel, Sherwood, and Mount Herman, you need to be getting indoors immediately. Hail damage to vehicles is expected. Expect wind damage to roofs, siding, and trees. You'll be here for a minute, but you'll hop on? Alright. Sounds good. So again, there's your area rotation right now. Off to the southeast of Highway 271 there. This is northeast of Rattan. And again, this is a very dangerous storm. You guys should be taking shelter immediately out here if you have not already. Again, this is heading directly for Cloudy and Pine Knot Crossing in Oklahoma. So, take cover now. Let's go back up to our storm in the northeast. It's been a minute since we've taken a look at it. Again, it continues to produce a damaging wind and large hail threat, as well as a possible tornado threat if it does decide to materialize there. So look out for that. It does look like overall, though, that's a much weaker storm than it was earlier. Again, mainly at this point, it's just a gusty wind and small hail threat, I would say. So our tornado warning, by the way, has just now been condensed, but it still does include the communities of Cloudy and Pine Knot Crossing, Oklahoma. Still a radar indicated tornado here. Radar indicated rotation, I should say. We got spared last night. No storms, just high winds and a dust storm warning from all the freshly plowed fields. Yeah, I knew there were a few dust storm warnings last night out in the Midwest, especially in like parts of northern Illinois, because of the very high winds. That's good though that you got spared. I knew that there were some 90-mile-per-hour winds up near Davenport. Drew, I saw that you sent a message, but for some reason it says message retracted for me. So you have to send that again. By the way, our storm near Union City did just get a special weather statement as of 3 minutes ago for 50-mile-per-hour winds and penny-sized hail. And we do have a new severe thunderstorm warning now. That's for Denton, Collin, Cook, and Grayson counties, Texas. We talked about this storm a little bit earlier. This is now a severe thunderstorm for quarter-sized hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds. Do you think that Lincoln, Nebraska will see an enhanced risk upgrade tomorrow? And then do you think there's a possibility of a risk for severe weather in Lincoln, Nebraska weekend? Okay, so tomorrow, Lincoln, Nebraska, you are currently in the slight risk of severe weather, I do believe. Yeah, Lincoln's in the slight risk. Here's the thing. I think if we do get an enhanced risk of severe weather, it will be in the general vicinity of northeastern Kansas and southeastern Nebraska. I don't know about, specifically Lincoln getting an upgrade. I don't think there's enough, model guidance to support that yet. And then going into the weekend here, we are going to have some pretty intense storms out here in the Midwest, but I think for the most part, they should stay off to the south and the east of Lincoln, Nebraska. As of Saturday, you are not included in the slight risk, and you're not on Sunday either. So I think overall, Lincoln, Nebraska, again, your biggest threat is probably actually going to be tomorrow's event, where you're in that slight risk, and again, possibly an enhanced risk, but again, we don't know for sure yet. There's not a lot of model agreements for that system, so it's kind of just a general slight risk for a very large area because we don't really know what's going to happen yet. But yeah, that's the update there for Lincoln. Again, our storm near Denton is producing damaging winds and large hail, so if you're in this area, you should be moving indoors immediately. It's a severe thunderstorm warning for you guys. So let's go back up to our tornado warning storm up here in southeastern Oklahoma. And it continues to rotate there, off to the northeast of Rattan. But yeah, that's the update there for Lincoln. So again, this storm is continuing to rotate here. So again, if you're in Cloudy or Pine Knot Crossing, you should be in your tornado safe spot right now. Again, in Union City, we got a live look at a storm producing 50-mile-per-hour gusty winds and penny-sized hail. Again, we're looking at that from Union City. We're looking off to the west-southwest at this storm here near Tiptonville and Winburg. I mean, we're looking at almost the perfect direction here. You can definitely see it's very rainy on the Union City cam. But, I mean, once this part of the storm really gets to Union City, if it doesn't just go right to the north of it, it's going to be pretty intense on that camera, I think. So we'll continue to watch that there. Again, it's already getting some pretty decent rainfall there, and it's about to get pretty heavy, actually, with these bands of heavier rainfall approaching it off to the southwest of the city as that storm continues to move northeast there. Wow. Amazing view there from Three-Way, Tennessee. We're going to have to get rid of one of our cams to put this in. We'll get rid of Perry County. I still want a cam from the northeast. We're going to keep up Boltec HQ, and we're going to replace this one with Three-Way, Tennessee. This is a live look at a storm near Jackson, Tennessee. Very interesting look there for sure. Currently producing some rain, maybe a little bit of wind, but nothing crazy though. Let's see here. So we're actually looking at this camera, which is actually looking off to the east-southeast of this storm here near Milan. Probably the most intense one out of that cluster right there. You can definitely see how overcast it is. So again, our storm just off to the northeast of Memphis continues to produce a damaging wind and large hail threat for the most part. Nothing really tornadic with that yet. But it wouldn't surprise me if something were to, briefly rotate, but I definitely don't think we're going to get a tornado out of that storm. Again, I think the tornado threat overall for the mid-Mississippi and the lower Mississippi Valley today is pretty low overall. I think, again, our greatest tornado threat is going to lie across parts of Texas and Oklahoma, maybe Arkansas tonight. But not with this cluster of storms. Again, we're talking another cluster later tonight that's going to have that tornado threat associated with it. I do not believe yesterday's event was officially a derecho. We did get, again, though, some 90-mile-per-hour damaging winds in some spots, but I don't think it was officially a derecho yesterday. That would have been insane if it was, because that would have been our third derecho in the same week. Normally, we only get, 2 a year, so 3 in 1 week span would be crazy. Absolutely insane stuff. By the way, our severe thunderstorm warning on the Pennsylvania side of the border for our northeast storm has expired, but the one for the New York side still remains in effect. They have now left it at a special weather statement for the Pennsylvania side for 50-mile-per-hour winds. Again, the New York side is estimating about 60-mile-per-hour winds. Again, these are 2 different National Weather Service zones here, and it's also just kind of 2 different storms here that these 2 areas are going to be dealing with in general. It's this cluster and then this cluster. So, yeah. Not a pretty intense storm here moving over Lake Erie right now. Over the Finger Lakes out there right now. So back over here to our tornado warned storm in southeastern Oklahoma. Once again, near Cloudy and Pine Knot Crossing is where your area of rotation is located. Again, this is a very dangerous storm, and you should be taking shelter immediately if you are in this area here. So again, we'll continue to watch this storm here. That was a bad voice crack. But yeah, this tornado warning does expire in 9 minutes, so we'll see what they do with that. We'll see if they reissue it. But again, I think they're probably just going to keep it at the severe thunderstorm warning with the tornado possible tag, as they've already issued this warning ahead of it. So I don't think it's going to continue with the tornado warning, unless we see some major turn of events here. But again, it is still rotating pretty good, so if you're in Cloudy or Pine Knot Crossing, you should continue to take shelter. Again, this tornado warning expires in 9 minutes, so we'll see what they do with it after that. If they reissue it, or if they let it expire. Again, I definitely don't think the rotation's anything like what it was a few scans ago. A few scans ago is actually pretty concerning. Now it's a little bit more, it's a little bit weaker. It's not quite as tight, it's a little more broad. I will say this storm is definitely producing at least a small to medium-sized hail threat. Again, it is warned for nickel-sized hail, so I will say part of the one of the things that's interesting to note about this is just like our storm in the Northeast, this is bordering 2 different National Weather Service zones. So the National Weather Service in Tulsa has this at a tornado warning, while the National Weather Service in Shreveport only has this at a severe thunderstorm warning with a tornado possible tag. And speaking of the tornado warning, it has just now been condensed. It still includes Cloudy and Pine Knot Crossing, so stay in your safe place there. Again, this is still a tornado warning in effect. At 12:07 p.m., so right now, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located 6 miles east of Cloudy, moving east at 30 miles per hour. This is heading towards, once again, Cloudy and Pine Knot Crossing. Unfortunately, the velocities have gotten really messy, though, with this storm here. We've got a very intense storm up here near Westville, Oklahoma, that is not have any sort of warning associated with it, but it's definitely producing some hail, maybe some wind even. That may even get a severe thunderstorm warning with it, if the National Weather Service sees it. And I believe this is Tulsa's office, obviously. We're not seeing much on the vertically integrated liquid signature, but that's 15 minutes ago. And 15 minutes ago, the storm was not producing hail quite as big as it is now. So it was even getting 71 dBZs at one point. Or sorry, 70 dBZ. I thought that was 71. It's a decent estimation. You know it's in the 70s when it's in the blue, though, and I knew it was low 70s, obviously, so it wasn't a great estimation, actually. There were only so many things I could have picked there without just sounding ridiculous. By the way, our storm up here to the north of our tornado warning storm is now warned for ping-pong bowl-sized hail, and once again, still 60-mile-per-hour damaging wind gusts, so if you're in this warning, you need to be moving indoors and away from windows immediately. In Big Cedar, Page, Stapp, Haw Creek, and Foggle. If we look at the vertically integrated liquid, we can definitely see it's very big signature here. It was maxed out over Whitesboro, and this is about 16 minutes ago, though, so this really needs an update here. The vertically integrated liquid signatures don't come in nearly as often as some of the other radar feature scans do. So again, if you're just now tuning in, we are looking at a tornado warning for Cloudy and Pine Knot Crossing, Oklahoma. This is a very dangerous storm capable of producing a tornado at any minute. So if you're in this area, you need to be seeking shelter immediately on the lowest floor of the building, away from windows, and in an interior room. Basically, the middle of your house, preferably. And again, if you're in a mobile home, you got to evacuate. Find a more substantial shelter. But even if you can't do that, it is actually better during a tornado to be in a ditch than in a mobile home. We have a new severe thunderstorm warning now. That's going to be for Cole and Atoka counties in Oklahoma. That's for the threats of ping-pong ball-sized hail and 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts to the north of Colgate. So if you're in this area, make sure that you are moving indoors and away from windows immediately. Once again, this is right over Centrahoma and Tupelo, moving towards Cairo, Wardville, and Reynolds. So again, that's ping-pong ball-sized hail and 60-mile-per-hour damaging wind gusts. So make sure that you are moving indoors and away from windows immediately. People and animals outdoors will be injured. Expect hail damage to roofs, siding, windows, and vehicles. Expect wind damage to roofs, siding, and trees. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. So, once again, we're continuing to watch our tornado warning storm near Cloudy and Pine Knot Crossing. This tornado warning expires in 4 minutes, so we'll see if they reissue it. But again, I don't think they're going to, because they have just left this at a severe thunderstorm warning with the tornado possible tag on it. But again, we do have to note, this is 2 different National Weather Service offices, okay? So they may have slightly different views on this storm here and what they're thinking with it. So, again, 2 different National Weather Service offices. This is Tulsa, and this is Shreveport. It's a little unfortunate whenever this happens, because sometimes the National Weather Service offices do different things, and then we get multiple scenarios of what the National Weather Service is thinking about a storm. But at the same time, that could be good, because then there's multiple perspectives from experts on this storm. By the way, apparently, as of 2 hours and 6 minutes ago, we had a golf ball-sized hail report out of Pontotoc, Oklahoma. I do not believe it's from this same storm. That was way too long ago. This storm's moving a little too quick for it to be that. Yeah, it's moving east at 50 miles per hour, so it's basically racing there. So that's definitely not the one, but there was some big-time hail over there in the area that just got hit by this storm as well, so they just cannot catch a break, huh? Once again, if you're just now tuning in, we are looking at a tornado warning storm. We got 12 viewers now. So, again, if you're included in this tornado warning, you need to be moving indoors and away from windows and on the lowest floor possible. We did just get a new severe thunderstorm warning. That's a reissuance for this one because it's about to expire. This is for the threat of 60-mile-per-hour damaging wind gusts and up to penny-sized hail. And we have another new severe thunderstorm warning now. That's for Tarrant, Wise, Denton, and Parker counties, Texas. That is actually for a whole nether storm in the DFW metro that is producing quarter-sized hail and 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts potentially. So again, if you're in either the northern or the western portion of the DFW Metroplex. The best move right now is to be getting indoors. We got several severe thunderstorms in your area. So again, make sure that you're taking that seriously there and moving indoors immediately. We do have kind of another pocket of rotation here trying to form with our storm here that's tornado warned. They just condensed this. Oh, wait, no. They removed the tornado warning. Okay, so since we no longer have any tornado warnings, we are going to go ahead and end off the live stream here. I wish we didn't get all these viewers right before the stream ended. We're at 14 viewers now, so make sure to like and subscribe because we are going to be back again later today. But this has been live severe weather coverage. Again, we don't have any tornado warnings in the country right now, so what we're going to do is end off the stream and come back later when necessary. Likely going to be later into the afternoon and evening time hours. So again, thank you all for watching this live stream, and I will